Hey everybody, Modern World Emporium here. For today's video, we are going to be taking a look at another video from Modern Women Archives. It's going to be another little short one, so please make sure to like and subscribe my video, and I will leave a link to the original video in the description below. Let's get right into it.
Isn't it just crazy to believe that I can be sitting over here crying over a man for hours, right? Whereas he he just he just went to bed tonight. Like, this situation didn't face him at all. It left me in tears, crying, journaling my feelings for the past couple hours. And homeboy's just sleeping away. Like, nothing crossed his brain twice. Is that is that just wild?
Don't think it's particularly hard to piece the puzzle together here. You got played and he wasn't that interested, and now you look like a fool recording a dumbass video on TikTok. I will never understand why women play mental gymnastics with themselves to convince themselves of anything but that he is not interested. They'll sit here and say, huh, it's so crazy how he can just go live his life and be a normal person. Because he was just using you for bedroom fun, and you were too oblivious to the fact because he was really, really attractive.
I'm about to have a talk with the person that I've been seeing for the last 4 months about what I want out of a relationship and ask what he wants out of the relationship and see, talk about needs and expectations and where we want it to go and see if those things do align. And I have a feeling it could be the end.
A few moments later.
It's snowing and everything outside, so my hair's wet and sweaty, but yeah, it's over. I'm gonna go.
I think it's pretty obvious what happened here. So, long story short, she has been seeing, and I put that in quotes, this guy for a couple months, and she finally decided she's going to demand him to commit to her. He clearly did not have that in mind, so she went in acting like she was going to be the tornado and get everything she wanted, and at the end of the day, he just said, absolutely fucking not, and discarded her, as he should. These women are too overconfident in how important they are in these men's lives. And what blows my mind is how they just can't see it. It's like you've been seeing this guy for 4 months. There's no direct commitment, and he's basically just using you for sex. And you think you're going to just charge in there and make all these demands? Are you fucking stupid?
Okay, so I just got back from my brunch date. This is date number 2 out of the 5 I have lined up. And man, he was gorgeous. He was 6'3". He's been an engineer at Apple for 11 years and 39. He was way out of my league, and he did not ask for my number at the end of it. He was really kind and, paid for brunch and everything I offered. He declined. Like, such a gentleman, perfect guy. And I just know that I won't be hearing from him again. Wah! However, I would not have been able to get a date of his caliber in LA. So no regrets, and I'm still considering moving here.
I actually think I'm gonna possibly go gay and date women because it's just ridiculous. Like, I just want to tell you my experience with situationship and see what your opinion of it is with a guy. So I saw this guy about 3 times, and we didn't go out for like meals, dates like that. It was like I went to his house, we watched a movie the first time, didn't do anything, and then like as in intimate, and then so it was great, and we knew we liked each other. Then the second day I saw him, it was at his new house, and it was a bit more like
Get to the
flirty and
fucking
intimate and
point.
stuff. And then the third day I saw him, and it was more like the same as the second date. And so I hadn't been on the dating app or talking to anybody until it was like going like a week later or something, and we hadn't seen each other, and we were like messaging every day and stuff, but he was very busy with his job. And I knew that he was busy and stuff, but because he was so like good looking, and I was kind of thinking like, I'm just surprised somebody like him liked me, I thought surely he's talking to other girls. And then I like asked him, and I was like, are you like interested in me? Are you speaking to other women? have you got a better connection
If
with
she
someone
says
else?
like one more
And
time, I'm
he
gonna
was like,
fucking cut
no,
the
I've just
video.
been
I
really
can't
busy,
stand
I'm
this.
sorry, I feel bad. And then it was like a week later, we then didn't see each other again. And my friends were like, he's definitely seeing someone, like he's definitely speaking to other girls. They were like, don't just put all your eggs in one basket, like speak to other people. So then I thought, okay, I'm going back on the dating app, and I am. And then it ended up in conversation where I ended up telling him that I was speaking to other people. And then he was really pissed off with me, and he was like in a mood and stuff by text. And then yeah, and he wasn't happy that I was speaking to other people. And I just made it clear, I was like, well, if you if you wanted us to be exclusive, you should have communicated and told me. Like, communication is so important when you're dating, like, or in anything. But people in this generation don't have good communication. And yeah, so I was like, you should have just told me and communicated. And he was like, I was like saying, he was just like, oh well, I don't trust you, like blah blah blah, like I can't, like I don't trust you and I won't trust you, so it's not gonna work. And I was like, but if you was that interested in me, you would want to work this out. And he was like, stop gaslighting me. I'm like, what? I haven't gaslighted him, like.
Wow, these two clips were insanely painful to get through. Let's start off with the first woman right here. She tells on herself within 2 seconds of the clip starting. She has 5 dates lined up. She is a complete and total whore, and she is not a faithful person. You can get that right through the gate. You don't need to say anything else about this first woman. She is absolutely mad and disgusted with herself because she did not secure a rich man, and that is the only reason she liked this guy. Like, how do these people look at themselves in the mirror and manage to convince themselves that it's anything other than that? It's really, really pathetic, and it's really, really sad. As for this woman right here, I have so many mean and rude things to say. First off, this person's IQ absolutely does not exceed the double digit mark. I'd even go as far as to say she probably doesn't have an IQ above 70, and I think that's being very generous here. She quite literally admits that she is an unfaithful person right through the gate. She wants to sit here and tell this guy that, first off, she winds up convincing herself that he's talking to other women, or and then she allows her single friends, and this is, always ends up being the case with these women. She allows her single friends to talk her into believing this guy is talking to multiple other women. So she uses this as her excuse to talk to other men. Now, in my personal opinion, she was doing this prior to even asking the friend for advice, and this was just her, pretty much like her security blanket to justify it once it came to light. This guy clearly knew what was going on. She didn't bother asking if this guy had something going on in his life that he couldn't contact her, by the way. She just decided to get mad and immediately move to another guy. He clearly realized this very quickly. He got very moody with her. And then, like she says here, she produced a gigantic word Caesar salad that tastes like complete fucking shit and smells like it too. He sees right through it and he says, well, you know something? I have a feeling you're trying to manipulate or gaslight me. And then she freaks the fuck out, like at the end of the clip. It's really mind numbing to me that people can open their camera, of course in their car as always, because these women always tend to do this in their car. These people can open their camera and just lie to themselves. You are a shit person. You are dating multiple men. He caught a whiff of what you were doing, said it smells like shit, and walked away, as he fucking should. And I hope every other man within your direct vicinity that you're going to try to date sees this video on TikTok and does exactly the same fucking thing as this guy, because you are a fucking loser. You are a piece of shit. And on top of that, she isn't even pretty enough to be making ridiculous demands like this and doing what she's doing. What a fucking loser. And of course, I definitely stand by the double digit IQ thing.
You will repel men who are not ready for you. And this is a good thing. Here's why. If you've ever been talking to someone and then you go on a couple of dates, you hang out, everything's great, and then all of a sudden they pull away. This might be why. If you have your ish together, a good job, you got a good head on your shoulders, you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you got it going on, and maybe you fall into the category of, I can't understand why you're still single. This may be why. If a man approaches you to get to know you, he's doing this with minimal information, right? Then he collects the information, and he maybe saw you here, and now he's realizing that you are way up here, and he might be here, and this is too far to jump. You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's a good thing, because when you enter the relationship, you're still here, he's still here. This is gonna be what constantly tugs on your heart. He's not ready. He hasn't done the work. He hasn't gotten himself to the level where he feels like he can provide for you. Because how is he supposed to provide for you when you're up here? This doesn't mean that you come down here. This just means that he's not ready. And so in essence, when this happens, it is a good thing, because then you don't need to go through the heartbreak of trying to close that gap that will inevitably not work. Now, there's a difference between this and the anxious attachment, giving off clingy relationship vibes with minimal information. Basically, love bombing your own mind to acting like you're in a relationship before you have all the facts or even at that point, right? Which can also repel a man. There's so many amazing women out there, and it's always like, why is she still single? Why is she still single? This is why. And the reason that it hasn't happened yet is because the man that you and I are going to end up with is going to be, hold on, come on. The man that you and I are going to end up with is going to be here. He's going to lead us, so we're both there. You know what I'm saying? Love you. Bye.
I will never grow tired of the tried and true excuse that women always use, that the man is either intimidated, or he's not on their level, or he's a loser of some sort, because they always use this as their excuse as to why they are not up to par for his standards. Because as we know, men are not allowed to have standards. Only old, wrinkly women like this one, as you can see very evidently by the last shot of her face right up to the camera, are allowed to have these types of standards. It is really, really sad. This woman is a fucking loser, and it is very obvious that she's a fucking loser. She quite literally has to sit here and make excuses for women, herself, and all women like herself, saying how, oh, the reason a man won't go out with you, the reason a man who is making $250,000 a year won't go out with you, because he didn't put in the work. He's not ready for you. You're up here and he's down here. But the irony of the situation is it's actually reversed 90% of the time. Women like her are the bottom of the barrel. They work loser jobs, and if they work a decent job, they still just have no positive qualities that make them marryable or even dateable for that matter. And they will sit here and cope and seethe and say everything is the man's fault. You're a loser, it's the man's fault. The man doesn't make $300,000 a year. Well, it's his fault. He should just do better. These people are absolutely fucking pathetic, and there's a reason that they will be alone with 110 cats when they are probably 40. But anyway, I can't wait to review a future video from her on the channel, probably a couple years from now, where she's asking where all the good men are and why she can't find one. And with that, we're going to cut the video right here. Thank you so much to Modern Women Archives for creating the original piece of content. Please like and subscribe to his channel. I'll have a link in the description to the original video. And please like and subscribe to our channel as well. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.